Hi, oops, welcome to Messy Missy Creates. It's inspired to create time. This is where we hopefully will inspire you to create something. I started this, Allison and I started this. I started this with Allison. Either way, it doesn't matter. We started this back in the beginning of the year. You know the story unless you're new. And if you're new, welcome, or extra special welcome. Everybody's welcome. And we decided to start this challenge where we pick a word each week. And from that word, we take each letter and we pick a prompt that starts with that letter. So if you had hope, if that was the word, you'd take H and you'd find a prompt that starts with H. You'd find one that starts with O. You start with P. We've done some variations. I won't get into that right now. But then each week we add a different challenge to it, meaning the first week we pick our own prompts typically. The second week, which this is the second week of September. And we usually try to put these out on Wednesday. It's not always out on Wednesday, but you know, it's okay. Anyway, so the second week of the month, we typically have picked each other's prompts. Not mail them, but just we swap prompts. Usually it's the end of the month where we actually mail each other physical prompts that we create with, which is fun. It adds an extra twist to it. So anyway, this is the hashtag inspired, the number 2, create_2023. I know it's a mouthful, but that's okay. Anyway, we hope that you join in and you can do it in whatever form you want. There's no commitment. If you want to do it one week and not another, if you want to do all of them and keep up with us, that's fine. We would love that. You're welcome to use our prompts. Sometimes you probably won't want to because sometimes they're a little crazy. So anyway, this is kind of a anything goes prompt challenge. So if you are leery, don't be leery. Just participate when you want to. If you do participate, though, we do ask that you use the hashtag and that you tag us, like on Instagram or YouTube, because then we see it faster. So, yeah. And then, of course, everybody can follow along. You can pull up the hashtag and see what people have created. I'm notorious for forgetting to post my finished product on Instagram. Yeah, what can I say? You know, you got to watch the video if you want to see. Okay, so we are in September journal. I've already picked my place. Let's see. The 11th, what is Wednesday is the 13th. And so I usually designate myself a page after that. I allot myself a double page spread for this. I don't always use it. You can incorporate it in with your, like this would be my Wednesday page right here. I know Allison usually does her prompts on one page, journals on the other. I've done that too, but then I ran myself out of room. So I started putting in a couple extra pages a month so that I have the option. Some magazine images are big and some of our words are long. Speaking of which, let's get on with it, right? Tell me what the word is. The word is glitter. Guess who picked it? I'll give you 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count. No, I thought this was a fun word. We were trying to kind of go along maybe for September, maybe things that were art supplies, school supplies, craft supplies, something like that. So we just thought that would be kind of fun. And anyway, so Allison picked my prompts. So for G, I have girl. L, I have label. I have insect. T, tomato. T, trash. E, evergreen. And R, rubber stamp. So this is a rather long word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not the worst one we've had. Not the longest. I shouldn't say worst. Not the longest we've had. But it certainly is long enough. So I have been thumbing through some magazines, looking for stuff, trying to pull some prompts or at least pull some options. The only one that I feel pretty confident about. Now, girl, if you watched my video last week, if I had only known, I would have saved that precious little girl for this one. But I found another one, y'all. She is so cute. Look at this. Isn't she precious? And look at those big sunglasses. Look. She is adorable. So that one, you know, a lot of times I'll go and I'll look for the prompts, and usually one of them will dictate the rest of the page. It will inform the page, I guess I should say. And this one is definitely, she's definitely coming with me. So she is going to make this page. I quit looking after, I mean, I found several girls. This is in one of those parents magazines. So if you can get your hands on some, there's some cute little kids in here. Anyway, yep, that was from March of last year. All right, so that one I feel sure about. Now, I could go ahead and kind of loosely cut her out, but let me see. Let me show you what else I have, or at least possibilities. One thing that I'm not real sure of is trash. Don't get me wrong, I have plenty of it. I mean, I have things. Don't worry about that part. I just haven't zeroed in what trash I'm going to use. And would you believe me if I told you I had a hard time finding a tomato? I finally found it. I have so many gardening and magazines and whatever that I just didn't look through enough magazines. But I was surprised that the first however many that I looked through did not have a tomato in them. So this is the first one I came across. Might be a little hard to use, but I might go with it. I would definitely have to cut out around that. I don't want that in the picture. So I'm thinking, this is just my, you know, initial thought process, that if I cut it out like this, it would be kind of a corner image. Now, how that fits in with a girl, I don't know yet. But if you've watched any of these with me, you know it's going to tell a story at some point. So, well, rather than keeping that magazine open, I'm going to go ahead and pull it. And there's a avocado. There was this one time that avocado was a prompt. And I looked, and I looked, and I looked, and I looked, and I could not find one. Now I'm finding them everywhere. Okay, so, but she's definitely making the page. Although, she was really cute, too. Yeah. But, you know, well, mainly because she's doing art, right? So, yeah, she's, this one took, yeah. So, the other one is, let's see, I have insect, label, wait, let me go back and do them, oh no, I lost my insect page. Okay, label, I have a couple different options. These are some, I have Tim Holtz, of course I do, right? You say, well, of course you do. I have, these are some die cut dies that I have. He has a whole pack of label dies, all different sizes, all different shapes. And so I die cut a couple of them. And they're just plain white. I could ink them up if I wanted. I can do whatever, but I just thought I'd have those. As a backup plan, I have his other labels. I have them in red, blue, and black, I think. Oh, and pink. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to keep these out because Miss Pink Sunglasses might get a pink label. So, all right. So, these are our options for labels. That I feel pretty confident between those we can make something work. So, that I wasn't worried about. Let's see. We have the girl. We have the label. Insect. I lost my page. But I have this book, and I found these insects last week when I was looking for something else. This is a really cool book. The Kingfisher First Encyclopedia. I don't know that it's that old. 1996. It is sewn in. So I love that. I eventually, I hesitate to cut these pages out because I really would like to use this as a junk journal. And I really, when I find one that has sewn in pages that I can just take out that's this big, I hesitate to cut up the pages in it. But if I have to, I have insects. Now, I'm not into creepy insects. I also have a bee sticker. If I absolutely have to, we'll put a bee sticker on it. But I'd rather use a larger image if I can. Now, let me find my little insects here again. Pineapple, anyone? Come on. I had it opened up to it, and then I bumped the book and it shut. Come on, where did you go? I need to do a magazine flip and flip some of these. That has an address on it still. Probably from the person who gave it to me. Yeah. Oh, that's a cute. Oh, I used to love to go junking. Oh my goodness, at the Pyrex. The vintage oh wow. Create your own outdoor retreat. Hunters, gatherers. Okay. I am getting very sidetracked here. Yeah, I think it's, oh, here we go. So these are still creepy bugs, but I don't know. I could live with them. I think there's a cuter one on the next page. I mean, how cute can insects get, right? All right, so there's this little caterpillar. Now, these are not garden friendly. This is a tomato hornworm, and he will devour a whole tomato plant overnight, just about. So I do not like him. He's not my friend. But I am going to loosely cut him out. Let's see. Yep, tomato hornworms can annihilate nightshades. Nightshades are tomatoes, peppers, whatever. They also glow in the dark. Did you know that? Well, let me rephrase that. If you hunt for them at night with a black light, and they glow. Let's see. Covered in rice-shaped specks. Oh, wait. If you spot one of these fat green caterpillars covered in white rice-shaped specks, leave it be. The specks are cocoons of braconid wasp. Oh, yeah. The parasitic wasp lay eggs inside a caterpillar. Once they hatch, the larva devours the caterpillar. See, nature will take care of itself if you let it. But it may mean that it's at the expense of your tomato plant. Because by the time that wasp has a chance to lay his eggs and they get to hatch, you know, that hornworm has already devoured your entire plant. But anyway, I have not had tomato hornworms that bad. Knock on wood, something. Okay, so talk about a rabbit hole. Oh, tomato. Trash. Oh, I'll get to the trash in a minute, because that is optional. That's subject to change. And the rubber stamps, I have options. The evergreen, I'm going to use this evergreen bough. It's the Distress Oxide. And I don't know what else to use for. I mean, I could have gone through my dyes and found some evergreen dyes and things like that. But it's not Christmas. Not on this page. So I didn't really feel like doing that. So I'm going to use this, especially since I have rubber stamp. Now, all right, I have options. So I have some that are wood block. stamps. This is just like a illegible script. I have background dies. These are ones that I would use like in an art journal, you know, for background, not background dies, background stamps. And this is a background stamp. These are background stamps, but these are ones that I would use for like card making. So depending on where the page goes, you know, I have those options, but wait. Now I have lots of stamps. They're polymer. I mean, they're not silicone. Well, some of the cheaper ones are silicone. What do you call these? Photopolymer. They're clear stamps. They're clean stamps. I have tons and tons of those. However, guess what I also have? You remember this Happy Mail from A Paper Piece? She sent me all of these Dina Wakley stamps. And all but one of them, this is the only one that's a photopolymer. The rest of them are rubber stamps. And yes, the prompt says rubber stamp, so I'm using a rubber stamp. Now, she might not have meant it to be that specific, but I'm using a rubber stamp. I don't typically make cards with rubber stamps because you can't see where you're... Okay, so for example, I could, since these are words, I could stamp on one of these labels. I love this one. It says, speak your truth. We all have a story to tell. I like that one. I wonder if that will fit. Oh, yes, it will. Fit perfectly on there. Okay. She believed she could, so she did. She decided she was worth it. She is unstoppable. Hold on. Be true to you. Be strong. These are, well, and this is technically a little girl. I think that stamp, if I remember correctly, hearing Dina talk, I believe she, is this the one? No. I was going to say, there was one that she drew. It's supposed to be, it was her as a little girl. Anyway, okay. I think it's a different one. Anyway, that was really off topic. Here's some just dots. These are just some texture or some, you know, circle stamps that are, you know, this is like a burlappy kind of, well, they're not on the right. Anyway, you get the idea. Patterns. That's the word I was looking for. So, I have options. So, let me see how, okay, trash. I have options there too. I mean, it could be anything from, you know, I mean, obviously the easiest thing to do with trash is make a tag out of it, but I don't foresee me having a pocket on this page. And I think I almost could limit it to one page. And if so, if I can whittle it down to one page, I might just not take up the extra page. But, so let me start with kind of cutting her down a little bit. I'm actually just going to tear. It's pretty bad when you can, well, actually it's not. I say that. Or I was going to say, it's pretty bad when you can tear straighter than you can cut. But none of us is surprised by that anymore. We all know the secret of tearing. Well, okay, so I spoke too soon. I can't tear straight either. But this girl is precious. Now, chances are I'm going to actually cut around her a good bit. But you can always take off more. It's harder to put it back on, right? So, all right. Technically, that's trash. Oh, look at the giggles. And I tore it. Well, no, I can still salvage that word. So, I'm not sure what to do with the trash. You throw it away, right? You recycle it, you compost it, you throw it away. I don't know. Let me That's pretty. Okay. I digress. So, obviously I could use individual tomatoes if I so choose. But, for now, I'm going to cut them out as a group. There we go. So, okay. So, I have that. I have her. Now, the rubber stamp and the evergreen, the ink, that's going to be easy. It's just a matter of what am I going to put it on. I could do the background with a background stamp. I could limit this to this one little cluster of tomatoes. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. What I was thinking, though, is I also have this brown paper, which I thought might be cool with background stamp on it. Or, oh, I have another stamp, like these kind of stamps. You know, these are rubber stamps. And I think I forgot my stamp block. Darn it. No, I got it. Okay. So I thought about like those circles or whatever. I could stamp them on here and then put them around the back. I don't have to, because I could take this label and stamp that one saying that I liked so much and then make it, you know, I mean, the page could be that simple, except I didn't use trash. Oh, I still need an insect. Oh, yeah, my little tomato horn. I'm really not liking my tomato horn. Oh, you know what? With tomatoes, maybe that is appropriate. Okay, I think we just found our story, y'all. You know I'm going to. Okay, so once upon a time, no. Okay, so we have a tomato horn. Now, I could have found a butterfly. I could have looked a little harder and found a butterfly. I don't know. We've used butterfly specifically, you know, for a B word before. We're getting to where it's almost impossible to not duplicate. I know I've said that before. It's getting harder and harder to pick ones, which I am trying when I can to find something that we haven't done before. But not all the letters lend themselves to that. Because, you know, some of them are just very common. We have so many vowels. You know, they get used over and over and over, right? So, let's see. Y'all, I'm just making this up as I go along. Okay, so there once was a tomato hornworm. Yep, she's definitely going to have to get cut down. I mean, yeah. Okay, that was nice. Wishful thinking, right? I don't mind a little background. But I think I do want the shape of her, because otherwise the background covers up too much. Since she's going to be on top, she's going to be our top layer, our icing layer, if you want to call it that. Let's see. Yeah, I think that will work. There we go. Okay, yes. Here we go. All right, so we have the tomatoes. We have the little girl, and she's telling the tomato hornworm no. Right? I don't like that, where I had to cut it like that. Maybe. Nope. See, I still have that up here. Okay. I have girl. I have insect. I have tomato. Still don't have I still haven't figured out where I'm going to put my label, or maybe the label can hide that, or what trash I'm going to use. Now, I haven't given you very many options of trash. I don't know. Well, I could look in my trash bucket. Our smoker runs 24/7. I could look in my trash can. See what inspiration I have. Because I'm thinking maybe I'll just do a collage on the back. Okay, so this was where we went and ate barbecue. That video should already come out. Yeah, let's go through our trash can, why don't we? Okay, so I have some red background. I could collage the background. Okay, I'm not using plastic. Okay, you got uninvited from my trash can. No, I just couldn't see. All right, so this is not going, this is kind of a wax paper. It's not going to accept ink very well. So I don't know if I want to use that. This is just notebook paper. Do I want that? No. I don't know what to use, y'all. Let me start tearing this brown paper and see what comes to me. Because what I thought about... Alright. I was trying not to really crinkle this bad on the video. But watch your ears for a minute. Okay. These were the two things that I was thinking. This tells you where my brain is. So I was actually thinking I could use, if I don't use this page right here, I could actually cut this down to the size of my page and actually build the collage on here. So that is an option. It's not a very good option. I can tell you that right now. Okay, I'm gonna nix that idea. Nice thought, not gonna happen. The other thought I had was I could use it as collage on the background and I'm going to stamp it first and see where it gets me. All right, come on. A girl and her hornworm and tomatoes need to go off to the side real quick. I lost something in a video earlier and I still have yet to find it. So, I have this piece, and I have this piece. So, I'm going to start stamping and see what parts of it I like. So, I have, let's use this, and I'm not thinking that, and I might be wrong, because we already have a girl on here. I don't know if I want to use a face, because that would be kind of like a second focal image, you know. So I wasn't really thinking, if I use these, I was thinking about using just the pattern ones, like the dots. I wasn't thinking about using one of these faces because we already have the little girl on there. If I didn't, then I would use one of these as my focal point. But I was thinking, because I really liked, well, have a story to tell. Is that what I was going to use? I'm trying to remember. You are my favorite. That's probably not what the little girl is saying to the hornworm. Is she saying, hold on? She believed she could, so she did. How beautiful you are. I guess I could use that one. That one has potential. I mean, she might think that that the hornworm is beautiful. Now, I could flip back over here and use this butterfly that's in this book if I absolutely can't make the tomato hornworm work. But since we have tomatoes on the page, I might as well try. So I have that, and I have these. And I have these. So let's try some combination of this. And my stamping block. I don't need it for the big ones, but for these I did. Let's see if I can get this lay down flat. I'm going to reach across you here. Get this archival ink out. And I'm just going to start stamping. And see what happens. And let's see what this one looks like. I'm going to get it all over myself. I have a hard time holding these ink pads. We Are Memory Keepers came up, and I never got one. They came out with a thing that you could hold. It like suctions to the thing. Every time I went to go get it, there was something that stopped me. I don't know. They're not expensive or anything like that. I don't know if I think I wanted to see one in the store, or maybe I figured they weren't worth it. I don't know, but now I wish I had one. I don't know how well I got that inked. Yeah. That one's very nondescript anyway. All right. The wood background would probably be easier. I don't know if I'm going to fool with that one. I think I have, because I thought about like the circles, I could cut those out. But I actually would rather just do this on the paper, I think. Oh, I'm supposed to be using that with this. Yeah, duh. Okay. Yeah. I do not have I did not bring like, oh yeah, I do have a wipe in here. I forgot. How long? 30 minutes already. And I'm stuck on trash. Really? You know, it's so funny what you get stuck on. Or what I get stuck on. And it's just odd stuff. Okay. So, something's going to come to me if I keep doing this. I'm going to have that aha moment in just a minute. I can feel it. Okay, I could do this. I know that we're not about to take up 2 whole pages. I can tell you that because I'm just not feeling it. So, well, tell you what. I actually like this up top better. That seems to fit better to me. It feels better to my eyeball. I just got to ground her. Aha, aha, aha. Aha. Let's see. I knew something would come to me. I knew something would come to me. All right, so if we use that for kind of a grounding mark for her. Okay, so I don't want it that tall. How's this gonna look? And I can use, that'll glue down pretty flat. She can kind of stand behind that so she doesn't look like she only has half legs. And this can kind of be the ground. I can kind of do it like this and then cut out around it. Or I could do it at an angle, whichever. So if I do this, or maybe that, I'll glue that down first and then get my placement. But in the meantime, I want to stamp this. And maybe I stamp it once I have it glued down. That might be easier. And then, one of these labels can go right here. And I can stamp the words right here. I don't even have to stamp this. I was just going to do it just for background purposes. But as far as the prompts go, I don't have to do that. Because this is my trash. This is my evergreen. My rubber stamp. Whatever stamp I end up using. And girl, label, insect, tomato. Yeah, so that meets all the basics. So I trim this down just a little bit, and I can get. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do first, and I've got to hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I think I might just do this on this one page. I think I have plenty of pages. The only thing is I would have rather done it on this side. Let's see. Can we make that work? How can we make that work? Maybe that's better. Maybe I like that better. How are we doing here? And she's telling that no hornworms. I think I might do a little background stamp though, because I want some background. But I think I'm going to put the tomatoes on. I could do it on this side. I know I've already done that, right? I just turned the page. Yeah, I think I actually like it better on that side. Okay, so if I do that, then I cut that off. And I think I'll glue that down first. I don't want to lose these because I've already lost something today I couldn't find. Still haven't found it. Where is my ruler? So I'm going to cut this tomato in half. Ooh, that was very permanent sounding. And let me get that glued on so we actually have one glued down. Oh, I have too much stuff in here. All of these stamps and inks and stuff like that, they don't belong in here. Yes, I know this is my craft room. But they belong out in that other table with my other card stuff. So I have more stuff sitting out here than I normally do. Well, okay, it can be in here, but it's not usually out on my desk. How's that? That sounded better. But I do keep all of my rubber stamps in a drawer. Because usually the only time I use those is like in an art journal or whatever. I haven't done an art journal page in a very, very, very long time. And now if I totally regret this, then I can always do Wednesday on this page. But this is me not having faith in myself that I counted enough pages out. And I haven't gone through and put all my numbers on yet. So, and I know that this is not going to take up a whole page. So, I like this green. It's gonna go well with our little tomato hornworm. So okay, I just wanted something on the background. I might actually have to keep that one in here with my, actually it's been in here. It's the Dina Wakley ones that she sent me have been in here in this drawer. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I went to look for them a minute ago and I actually put them away. You remember that day that I put all the stuff away and then I couldn't find it? Yeah, that's what happened. that ink dries. I was contemplating. I don't want to smear it, and I don't want to get it on my little girl here. Okay, so nope, I'm not going to try to glue that back. Yeah, I am going to glue it here, but not behind her. I think I'm okay with you know what? I could do that. And you would never know that there was a gap there. Yay, looky there. Let's see. I think that will work. Well, okay. I was trying not to smudge my stuff, and I smudged my stuff. That doesn't look too bad. I'd like for it to be out here, but, well, I could do that. Yeah. Gonna square that off a little bit better and put it right there. All right, so we have tomato, we have evergreen officially on the page. We have rubber stamp on the page. The rest of it shouldn't take too long because half of it is just trying to figure out what you're going to do, right? And I don't want to cover up her arm. So I might put him over there. Okay, so I don't mind this being open. There. Got that pattern a little bit up on the, it just kind of carries up on the, you know, so it flows better. So I'm going to glue her right about here. Or right there. There we go. And then the little hornworm guy can go right here. And it doesn't cover up. I want it down here. Maybe it can go like that. Okay. So I didn't want it to cover up too much of her arm. But I really was trying to keep from jumping this page. I can always cut a little bit of that off. Square it off. Okay, so what are we lacking here? We have... Oh, don't go too far. Darn it. Sent my paper sailing here. Yeah, trash any other day would be a no-brainer, right? But because I was trying to, yeah, there just wasn't, this one didn't lend itself to a pocket. And that would have been the easiest thing to do with trash as a pocket, in my opinion. So I'm going to do this. Okay, so I want her here. So let's get her glued down. We're going to commit to the, oh, was there something else I was going to do? No. I was thinking I was going to use the script stamp somewhere, but I don't remember. I don't remember. Uh-oh. I have curling. So, if you're playing along and you want to use our same prompts, you're more than welcome to. Like I said, sometimes we come up with some doozies. And, you know, there's sometimes where, you know, there was that one friend I asked, and I'm like, okay, I don't recommend you trying these, but you're welcome to if you want to. Okay, so now we have, but you're always welcome to. It's not like, you know. We have girl in tomato, evergreen, rubber stamp. So I need the trash, the insect, and the label. Okay, so here's my insect. He's going, let me move that stamp. I'm apparently not going to use it. So I want the insect here. And then now I know I don't, okay, good. I wasn't wanting to put a whole lot of this on here. Well, that's not what I meant to do. All right, just glue your worm down, woman. Glue them down, glue them down. So. Oop, don't tear. Don't tear. All right, where did we have him? Kind of like some of the green dots showing above him too. I wasn't real thrilled with that, like, squared off part of the, you know, on that top part. But now that I have the stamping, it's not so bad. Oh, I meant to scoot that up just a hair so it covered that little junction right there. But maybe you won't notice. I notice it because I meant to hide it with that little section, but I dropped it down too far. I'm not going to peel it up. This is going to be kind of like the ground. I could use the green and kind of edge it a little bit. I don't really know that that's necessary. I was just thinking like ground maybe. Nah. Well, I've already started, so I guess I might as well at this point. I don't use this color enough, and I like it. It's more of a blue-green to me. Okay, so I want this kind of not quite so angled. So I'm going to see if I can... I don't want to cut it. I want kind of that a little bit torn, but kind of like a controlled chaos maybe. Well, that didn't quite work. But I'm afraid I'm going to cut off too much of it. Okay. So that ought to be okay. And then I just need to... I need you to live here. I want to tear some... I could do some of it afterwards. But I know that's going to be harder to do. So let's see if I can make this work. Okay. So that's not too bad. Do I want any stamping on here? This is where I didn't end up using these circles. I did. This is the Dina Wakley, the little dot stamp. I don't want to repeat the dots. But I could either use the wood or the script stamp on here. I don't know if I really want to or not. Kind of like it the way it is. And then we still have to have our label. So once I glue this down, then we have to figure out, I don't guess I'm going to do the pink label. I'm going to do, aha, okay. That breaks up some of the brown paper down here. Okay, let me glue the paper on. I don't know if this glue stick will handle it, but we're going to put it to the test. Well, I could have had a little more of this decided, and sometimes I do. The one last week was a little shorter because, well, it was a shorter word, and I already had everything decided for the most part. And then that kind of felt like it was just, as far as the video goes, kind of felt like it was just going through the motion. I don't mean like that. What am I trying to say? It felt very, here, glue it down, here, glue it down. And I wasn't showing you any of the process, maybe. That's what I'm trying to say. So this time I was trying to find the balance. And I was trying to, yeah, see, this is what I didn't want to do, was to cut it, and somehow or another I ended up doing that anyway. So I was trying to balance it out a little bit, but it took me a little longer in the beginning to decide on trash than I ever anticipated. Okay, I am glad now that I put a little bit of that green around here. I'm kind of wishing I had done this in off-white, but I did not. I have another one in off-white somewhere, and I think it's up there, but that involves me doing some serious something. Okay, so I still am going to... I know there was one of the... I guess it was this one. We all have a story to tell. And I think that this little girl has a story to tell. Don't you think so? You know, it may or may not be about a tomato hornworm, but let's see. Let's get it on straight so we have some chance of getting it on straight. I am going to, I'm still going to use that green, and just practice, a practice one. I did not get ink on the whole thing. Let's see. Let's do it. I'm not getting ink on that R for some reason. Try it again. Okay, that's better. And it should show up way better on this white. That looks fairly even. Now let's see if I can kind of center this. I have one spare if I mess it up. I'm going to let it sit there for just a minute so that the ink can kind of do its thing. Okay, and it is supposed to have, see all those little dots around it? It's supposed to have that. I didn't mess that up. It's supposed to be like that. Kind of a tattered look. It's not the straightest, but that's okay. We'll just glue it on crooked. Oh, there's always a way around something, isn't there? I have a mess, y'all. I have an absolute mess. Okay, so I'm thinking like right there. I would have rather it been, you know, I don't want to cover her up. I wish I had scooted that horn one up a little bit. I did not mean to. That's okay. It's all right. It's all good. Should I ink around? My hubby's outside working in the garden. And it's almost dark. I should probably be out there with him. But he's pulling weeds. He's wanting to plant his, you know, we got those blackberry bushes on our trip this weekend. So he's wanting to get those planted. All right. Oh, mercy. I gotta hurry if I'm gonna even think about making it in under an hour. It's like there's some magic cutoff switch at an hour. All right. There we go. It's there. All right. So let's do our little check off. I have this tape up here, and it's not supposed to be here. Okay, I have a girl. I have a label. I have an insect. I have a tomato. I have trash. I have evergreen, the color evergreen bough. And I use rubber stamp multiple times. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. There we go. So we have glitter, y'all. And I really had planned on using glitter on this one. I don't know if it applies now. Oh, my hands. You could tell I'm playing with that mica stain. And I've been inking and all kind of stuff today. Oh, my hands are like pruny. I'm having fun with that mica stain. So, do I want glitter on here? I feel like I should. Because, well, why not? I got it just for this occasion. I did. Let's see. Oh dear. Let's start up here. We're going to make that tomato sparkle. I'm actually going to let that dry, and then I want to see what it looks like before I go committing to a bunch more. But I figured we had to have glitter on the glitter page. So, anyway. All right. Well, I will, oh, I know what I could have written on my label was the, yeah, duh. I might have to make a pocket on this side. I'm going to attempt to do my journaling, which should be easy because tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm going to be working the clinic all day, so I'm not going to have a whole lot to put on that page. So maybe I can make a little flip or a pocket or something and put the prompts in it. But anyway, I think she turned out kind of cute. Well, she's precious. There's just no two ways about that. She's just precious. But I think it worked. I told you I was going to come up with a story by the end of it, and I did. Oh, wait, do we have the story? She's telling the hornworm, no, get off my tomatoes. I don't know. Maybe she has more to her story. We'll have to let her speak to us for a little while. But anyway, okay, now I'm getting silly. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you join in and play along in whatever form you want. You can do art journal, you can do cards, you can do glue book, you can do a bunch of glitter on a page, you can do everything that relates to glitter. You don't even have to break it down into prompts like this. We just want to inspire you to create. That's why we called it Inspired to Create. So anyway, all right, that's my video for this week, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a good week, and happy hump day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.